Welcome to Straight Red Card. We're going to do player ratings for the USA Martinique game. And again, just to preface this, we do not punish the players for the opponent. So you just played a good game against, a preschool team, and it was really good. We're still going to give you an A, even though it was a preschool team. And I'm not calling Martinique a preschool team, but let's be really honest here.
Yeah.
They're one of the worst teams in the tournament. So we'll start with that.
Well, before we give them grades, how about you give us a grade by either giving us a thumbs up or thumbs down?
I like the way you took control of that.
Yes.
Do not give us a thumbs down. I will find you, I'll get your address, and I will beat you to a pulp.
And I will wag my finger at you.
So those two dudes who always dislike our videos, the two guys on every show we do, well, the last 5 or 6. I know where you live. All right, so
that was the most subtle threat ever, and people won't be able to watch this show after 24 hours.
I know where you live. I'm not going there. I'm way too high to do anything about it, but I know where you live. So do as Brett says. Like the video, subscribe to the video as well. Last time I think I said take a shot of tequila. Go ahead and take a shot of bourbon. Yeah. Go for that this time.
And make sure to tell us where we're wrong with these grades. Comment below. We tend to comment back.
I mean, we are totally fine with all your comments. Just keep in mind, we will find out where you live too. So just keep that in mind. So share it with your relatives. As well, and all the people
we'll find them too. Yeah.
We'll find them as well. So if you share it with them, they better be liking this stuff.
Took an awfully dark turn today.
It's a digital world, Brett. All this stuff is out there. There's no way to hide your identity anymore. That's probably not true. All right,
I'm sure you can hide it, but
I'll let you. Don't. I'll give you the easy start this time. I'll let you do Matt Turner.
I started off with Turner, and I gave him a B+.
Yeah, again,
I felt he wasn't. I mean, for the most part, he wasn't overly challenged. He had a couple of decent saves, not one really nice save, and but I felt that he was better playing with his feet, playing it out rather than just ripping it up the field.
No, he did that too, though.
He did that too. No, there are times where that's acceptable, and you don't want to constantly be playing it out of the back because then the opponents are going to realize that you're going to play out the back. So you got to keep them guessing. So that way they don't cheat, like how Dike did earlier when the ball was played back to the goalie. He got there just in time to almost try to create something. That was a nice play, by the way.
I think it was fairly balanced. I think a B+ is a very fair score. It's the same one I gave him. It's really hard giving people A's as much as you really want to.
I've got a couple.
They still weren't perfect. They made a few errors. And, not that Turner made that many errors. He really didn't.
I don't think he made it. I don't think he actually made any errors. I think it was just a overall lack of play from the most part. I mean, I think he wasn't overly challenged.
It still was his distribution to me.
It's above average.
Some of it was really good.
Yeah.
I'm not denying that. But I thought a few times, it looked like he kind of sort of shanked a shot or shanked a kick, but it was a rare thing. So it's hard for me to give him an A. A B+ is fine.
It's no Tim Howard from 2014 World Cup, but he still did well.
He did fine, just fine. And he didn't get challenged, but when he did, he was good.
He made the stops. He came forward. Yeah, came through.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now that we're playing 3 in the back, I thought we'd do the 3 in the back first before we move to the.
Yes, no, I agree 100% here. Let's stick
the
with
left
formation.
and right wing backs. Wing backs, Stu Holden. Wing backs.
What you sent me that text. What did he call them? Did he say wingers or did he just call them backs?
Yeah, I know what a winger is. Those weren't wingers. Those were wing backs. They had very important defensive responsibilities.
They had to get forward, but they also had to get back.
Exactly. So I will start with Miles Robinson, and I just gave him a B+ as well.
No, I give him a B.
Okay.
I thought he did well defensively, but he had several bad passes. But then again, I actually started off with like a B minus, but then he got the goal, and I'm like, hey, you gotta prop his grade up for that, you know?
Exactly. I had him as a B, and I moved him to a B plus after the goal.
Yeah,
and
he had a good game. Don't get me wrong, you know.
Yeah, he did. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. It was a way above average. So, I mean, again, we've already laid out the context for these grades. So don't, get all pissy and moany and say, well, everyone should have started at a C from the beginning of the game. We can't do it that way.
Everybody starts for an F for me. And then I work my way up from there.
That's exactly right. That's how I do it too.
You all fail. Impress me.
James Sands, is on you.
I've got Sands?
Yep.
Yeah, I gave him an A minus.
I gave him an A.
Yeah. Well, he did, like I said earlier in the earlier segment, he was really good at reading the game. And he had a lot of solid defensive play. He intercepted balls, cut the attack off. I thought he played really well. And we were talking about it, he may have played himself into a center back if we go back to a 4-man against Canada.
He might even play his way into Greg's brain, and, being a part of that discussion about, well, if I have to play two in the back, who am I going to play?
Exactly.
Sands might be in that discussion in Greg's head now. And, well, we don't know what's going on in Greg's head, but he may not either. Who knows? I'll do Zimmerman. I gave him an A minus.
I gave him a B plus.
Okay. Man, we're really close, but I'm grading much more like the easy teacher.
You're feeling good today, I can tell.
Yeah, I bitched a lot less during this game. You probably noticed that.
Well, my glass is fully empty, so
I
thought Zimmerman was good, especially on set plays. He was always dangerous, always there and present, and they're always looking for him. And I thought he was solid on the defense too. I didn't have any complaints really for Zimmerman.
Yeah, do you need a refill?
No,
no, you're good.
I've had plenty of drink.
Oh, I have too, but that's not stopping me.
Dude, it is 12:40 right now, and I've got to wake up in about 5 hours to go to work. So I don't need more to drink.
Hey, I hear your issue. Yeah. I don't have to wake up till 2 p.m. So I'm good. All right. George Bello.
It's me. That's me. Yeah. I gave Bello a B minus.
So did I. Yep.
I thought he was flashy. He missed an easy head opportunity in the 4th minute, like I mentioned in the previous segment. He just seemed to try to do too much. But he was solid on the defense, and he was fun to watch.
Yeah. I mean, if our grades keep going like this and they're this close, then, and by the way, we don't know what grades each of us gave the players. We're going to have a lot to argue about here. But, I mean, it's a 6-1 game. There's not going to be anything to argue about. And I gave Shaq Moore a B minus as well. I thought after his last game, I was expecting more, although he was expecting more Shaq Moore. But I was expecting that. But then, again, he kind of played a different position. But still, it gave him more opportunity to attack, and I didn't think he quite did enough on the attack. So
I gave him a B in this match.
Okay.
I felt he was less active as a whole, although I feel like that's just because they played less through him. He was still very active in the attack, but he also had some solid recoveries in the defense. Like there was one time where Busio got dispossessed around the 50, 45-yard range. And Moore came back and cleaned it up.
Yeah.
So he wasn't as good as he was against Haiti. But then again, I don't think they played through him nearly as much. I thought Busio and I thought Williamson controlled the midfield more enough that Moore was not included as much.
I don't think it also helped Moore that one of the advanced midfielders or second strikers was Rodon on his side. I don't think that helped him. Whereas on the other side, Hoppy was doing some amazing things. along, and Bello and him seemed to have a sort of good conversation going on there. So it didn't help him that Rodon was on his side, but we'll get to Rodon later. Yeah, I'll do Williamson. I gave Williamson a B minus. I thought some good stuff, but a lot of like holding on to the ball way too long. I give him credit for trying real hard and playing in front of that back three alongside Busio, but yeah, it just needs a little work. It needs a little work, a little cleanup here and there.
So I initially gave Williamson a B minus for the first half.
Yeah.
And then he did some things throughout the second half that were a little that improved his grade. And I gave him a B in the end. Yeah. So he constantly drew fouls. The thing with the drawing the fouls is it's because he dribbles around the players enough to where they stick their feet out and gets tripped up. Problem is he also gets dispossessed that way. So that was a problem. That's probably why he wasn't higher up in the grade scale, in all honesty. I thought he was solid in the attack for the most part.
Yeah.
He had some bad passes. I just, similar to Busio, I just saw this as a lack of experience, and it'll come.
But unlike Busio, he didn't lose the ball back in our box.
Yeah, so, we mentioned that one, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I gave Busio a B.
Yeah, you gave him a B minus. I gave him a B.
No, I gave Williamson a B minus, but I gave Busio a B.
Okay. Well, I gave Busio a B as well.
Yeah, I just cheated and went straight to Busio.
Yeah.
He was like Williamson, but he didn't do the things that Williamson did, losing the ball in our box, which against a better team could be fatal. So we want to see Williamson clean that up. But Busio was pretty solid. I got to give him credit. He was pretty good today.
So I thought Busio was decent when connecting the defense to the attack. I thought that was a great thing he did. And the pregame even brought one thing out that I never really noticed, and now I'm noticing it all the time, is that when he checks to the ball, before the ball's even past him, he's looking over his shoulders, making sure there's no pressure coming from him. So that way, when he gets the ball, he can turn and go. And I think that's a really good thing to look at. I don't think a lot of people talk about.
No, they don't. And it's a stark difference for Mule.
Yeah.
It really is.
Mule, absolutely.
Mule stares at the ball as it's coming to him. Yeah, and you can't do that if you're a midfielder. You got to have your head up as the ball's coming to you. You got to survey the field.
I thought Williamson did this as well, quite frankly. Because he's able, there are several times where he would receive the ball and just immediately go to a certain direction. He knew that the opposition was coming the other way. He's gone, Mm-hmm. But I thought, similar to Williamson, I thought Busio had some really bad passes, especially in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
But he did have an incredibly solid shot that ripped off the post or the crossbar that resulted in one of our goals.
Yeah, I agree.
Again, similar to Williamson, I just thought it was the youth in them showing they're going to make mistakes. They're going to learn from them. They're going to get better. As a whole, I thought they both played well, and there's room for improvement.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rodon is yours, baby.
Dude, I gave Rodon a B minus.
I gave him a C plus.
So I started at a C plus, but that second half sort of pushed me up a little bit more.
He got an assist.
Well, he drew a lot of corners.
He did,
especially in that first half. He drew a lot of corners, but then he was absent for the entire half.
He ghosted too long for me.
No, I agree, 100%. Yes, but he had some. The second half, he had some really nice shots that resulted in saves and ended up causing a couple of corners in their own rights. There was much more energy, and he did get the assist. So I had to give him the B minus.
Well, I caught him coasting on defense a few times too, and
sure.
I didn't like that.
If Hoppy could get back in our defensive third, you better get your ass back there too.
No shit, and don't jog back, buddy. All right. So I was kind of surprised he played the whole 90. Frankly, I thought I would have liked to see somebody else get another, some minutes. But
I think that indicates that Rodon's probably not going to see the pitch against Canada. And probably against any competitive team. I think this is his one out, and I think that's why he gave him the 90.
You're probably right, because he's saving the legs of the guys that he wants to play later. I'm hoping
Well,
That's
I mean,
why.
looking at the subs that Berhalter put in here, who knows?
All right, fucking
What is
total
happening
mind
here?
fuck. As far as subs go,
We
again,
need
I
a
was
wing
like,
back. Throw in Acosta. Ha.
yeah, what? Okay,
Acosta's going to go in for goalie against Canada.
I'll do Hoppy. Hoppy's a B for me.
Really?
Yeah, I almost gave him a B plus. I thought he did a lot of great things. But I think he was positionally a little out of place sometimes. Like he wasn't where he was supposed to be.
Don't necessarily think that's his fault.
No, at least the way Greg was yelling at him. But that's not what I'm basing it on. Just because Greg was yelling at him.
I think the positionally out of position is due to Berhalter playing him in a weird spot that he's never played before.
Yeah, it was a weird spot. It was sort of like a dual CAM between him and Rodon. You could see on defense the three of them rotate around on the press. So it wasn't like they were all on defense. It wasn't like center forward, CAM. But both Rodon and Hoppy played really kind of tucked in, go wherever you want kind of guys. And I like what Hoppy did. I really did. Maybe I should move that. I'll move it up to a B plus. Does that work for you?
That makes me a little happier.
Okay.
Or hoppier. That joke's
IPA.
Right. and I'm going to make a comment before I give my grade, though. I'm an idiot with a microphone here, but I see Hoppy and I see DK in a 3-5-2, and how perfect it would be to be able to lob these balls up to DK. He's going to get up there, slip those headers, and you have speedy Hoppy just running behind him, get the ball, and go into the attack.
I'll tell you one thing: Hoppy is fearless as fuck.
Oh man, a lot of his dribbles. He dribbled a couple players and then nutmegged one before moving the forward. Oh, I thought that was brilliant.
I know. He's like, I play for Schalke, bitch.
Yeah.
I know they got relegated.
So
but,
yeah, yeah. So I gave Hoppy an A minus, and the reason I gave him the A minus is because one, he got an assist.
Yep,
he had some solid fucking dribbling. And he did an incredibly nice back heel to Busio that created DK's goal. The one where Busio ripped the crossbar, and then DK headed it, and the guy did like a midair scorpion kick to try to clear it and didn't clear it.
Whatever the hell that was.
Well, it was weird because they ended up giving DK. They gave it an own goal, and then they gave it the DK, and then all of a sudden the announcers were talking about how DK only had 2 goals. So I don't know what happened there. I don't know if that second goal was DK's or if it was an own goal. I haven't gone back to look yet.
No, it was an own goal. So it started out as an own goal. Then they said, no, that's a goal for DK. And then the officials went back and said it's an own goal. Like they were drunk up there. Like
I feel like that's a lot of energy wasted on a whole lot of nothing.
Just give the guy the
why?
goal.
Just give it to him. And it's less embarrassing for the defender who tried to do all he could to save it. Now all of a sudden it's like it's an own goal. Like, way to go! If you didn't do that, it wouldn't have gone in.
So, but yeah, what happened, Brett, is that they broke out the protractor and they lined it up and they said,
"See, that's an own goal." Okay,
yeah, DK's shot was going off goal, so he doesn't get credit for it. Because if it's going on goal, he gets credit for it.
Oh well, so, I'm giving the DK on that one.
Yeah. I would.
And that's why I gave DK an A.
I gave him an A as well. And by the way, you convinced me to move my rating of Hoppy up to A minus. So
Hey-o.
Good job.
Very convincing. What can I say?
So I got to scratch out the B and the B plus, and then put an A minus in there. Man, that's a lot of scratching out.
Yeah. So DK had 3 goals. He had 3 goals. I thought he was decent overall. And he continued to challenge that back line. And like even pressuring the goalkeeper. He even almost had an opportunity where he pressured the goalie, got the ball, almost played it back to Rodon, but the defender stopped it and got a corner out of it. I thought he had a great game.
I did too.
And I was actually honestly shocked when he got subbed out. We needed goals. So let's take the guy who's scoring all the goals out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
for
Just me.
Zardes. But then Zardes scored, so you're like,
Sure.
"Oh, all right, fine.
Yeah, we'll give it to you, buddy.
Yeah, but you're right. I mean, and that goal that he scored where he kind of chips it up to himself and then that was
chip the
classic.
goalie too. Yeah, that was a brilliant goal.
Classic DK Barnsley stuff there.
Brilliant.
I mean, it was great. So yeah, Sargent's got some stuff to think about because this guy's taking his job. And I'm not saying that because it was Martinique, because that goal he scored looked like something he did in the championship last year. It doesn't matter who the opponent is. That's a goal.
Well, like we mentioned beforehand, DK scored a lot of goals in championship, sure. But then he came back to MLS and he's scoring goals for Orlando. Okay. And now he's scoring goals for the United States. Okay. At this point, you have to think that it's going to be a DK over Sargent. But I say this, but then we're going to sit here in the next episode and contemplate whether or not DK starts over Zardes.
I know.
Oh my God.
Versus Canada.
I don't know what's happening here. Let's move on to the next person. Let's talk about Zardes. I gave him a B+.
Let's do speed round here. I gave him a B+ too. He scored 20 minutes. What are you going to do?
Solid play, nice goal.
Yep. Giacchini.
I gave him a B+.
30 minutes, B+. So did I. What the hell, dude? All right. Acosta, 30 minutes.
I gave him a C+.
I gave him a C. Hey, dude, don't be yanking guys down in the box.
Quit causing those PKs, man. That caused us the group.
It is. Now it's going to make the next game really exciting. So maybe I should give him a B.
Hey,
the next game's going to be actually
Let's keep things going, yeah. Let's not
Yule.
play safe.
Yeah, exactly.
I gave Yule a B-.
I gave him an incomplete. I wasn't sure.
I thought there was more energy. He had decent connecting, but he wasn't great by any means. But it was a small amount of time. He had like less than 10 minutes? Hard to give him a guess. Hard to give him a...
Yeah, I have him down here as 10. Pines, I gave an incomplete too.
I gave him an incomplete, yeah.
There wasn't enough Pines. I like what I saw, but
he had the one stumble on the last opportunity they had that Turner had a great save on. But saying that though, you can't judge it off just one play like that.
No,
and he wasn't only in there for like a handful of minutes. Come on,
I didn't want to.
Doesn't
I
count.
didn't want to
Doesn't count
for that.
Yeah,
I mean, but one thing I noticed, is it me or was it the TV that I was watching? He seems to be a very big human being.
He looked like a fucking giant.
He's a very large mammal. Yeah. I mean, he's a large person.
And he's athletic enough that he was moving around, that he wasn't looking like a lanky, tall guy, you know?
Yeah, so, but I was impressed by his size. Whoa, whoa. Hey. No, I didn't mean it like that.
Hey.
I mean, it sounded horrible, but no, I mean, he is a physical specimen. And I hope he's as good as advertised because, if you can have a guy like that who's also, if he's fast and nimble, which I didn't really get to see enough of tonight, so I'm not sure yet. But I've watched plenty of DC United games too, and I'm still not sure about Donovan Pines. And I guess I just need more time to watch him play. I guess
need more time to watch them pine.
Then his name is Pine, of course. All right. That's it for this summary of player ratings. Be back because we're going to give you a preview tomorrow of the who's going to line up for Greg, how he's going to line up.
Probably fail at doing so. God,
it's going to be a miserable segment when we're done with it. But yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to try it. We're going to try to guess what Greg is doing versus, I guess that's like a mixture of you and Greg. What Greg's going to try to do or what he might do versus Canada. Until then, make sure your nose hairs are clipped. And we'll see you on the straight red card.